anybody who uses a cane, a traditional cane? Do you know anybody who should be using a cane? Maybe they're not as mobile as they used to be. Do you know anybody who's maybe recovering from an injury, has an issue with a knee, an ankle, a back, a leg, and just could use a really great cane? Well, guess what? Most canes, traditional ones, are pretty awful. They're pretty bad, but not the HurryCane. And we have a special offer and a configuration that nobody else in the market has tonight. What you're getting is the HurryCane. You're getting the upgraded handle, and you're getting 3 replacement pads for the bottom of the HurryCane. The replacement pads and the handle is basically $20 that you're not spending tonight, because that's normally extra. So you pay $39.95, you get the basic handle and no replacement pads. In our configuration, you get all of that. So whether you're in a hurry or you want to be more active and more mobile, I would highly recommend this. Now, what makes this so different? Well, joining me is Mr. Matthew. Hi, Matthew. How are you? He's a registered nurse. He works with a lot of healthcare individuals for many, many years now.
Many, many years.
And I'm sure in your day-to-day practice, you see folks walk in using a traditional cane.
I see it all the time. And you know what? I'm gonna do something that, see, this is out of the ordinary for a regular cane. See this? I'm gonna go ahead and say hello.
Oh, hi.
All right?
Good to see you.
You can't do that with a regular cane. You can't set your cane freestanding, shake somebody's hand, as simple as that sound. I have an example of a traditional cane, okay? This is kind of like the old clunker cane that somebody would get. And as a registered nurse, I love talking with you about practical solutions. This is the HurryCane Freedom Edition. They call it that for a reason. It's an all-terrain cane. Those feet are gonna give you the ultimate stability and ultimate traction on a variety of surfaces. It's gonna give you that extra grip that you need to be safe. It's gonna be able to support and withstand up to 300 pounds. So not only does this fold up to just about a foot long and weigh only about a pound, but it's going to withstand up to, and actually, I made a mistake there, it's 350 pounds. So, sometimes I can't believe it, and we talk about the HurryCane all the time, 350 pounds, okay? So, with this traditional cane, first of all, it has a one-size-fits-all handle, it's very standard, and the foot on this is gonna wear eventually. With this edition, that is an exclusive bundle here at HSN, like Suzanne mentioned, you get a set of those replacement feet that you're going to be able to replace after about 6 months, okay? So that means that after about 6 months, all you need to do is pop those screws out, replace those 3 feet, and it's like getting a brand new HurryCane. Drive Medical's really thought of everything. The other thing that you can't get in a traditional deal with a HurryCane that you get only here at HSN, which I love, is a lot of patients and family that I work with that have limited mobility love that heavenly handle. The ergonomic handle on the HurryCane is great, the way that it comes, and a lot of folks prefer this, but you have the option of that heavenly handle. Now, I want to get into this really quickly because I love this. If I'm walking, my dad suffers from limited mobility, and he really relies on a cane just to get around, okay? So to take the old clunker somewhere, first of all, you can't fold it up. If my dad drops his cane, if you have limited mobility, you can't reach and get your cane. So if you have the HurryCane, if I have this HurryCane, and again, 8 height settings, so it's gonna be adjustable all the way from my height, I'm about 6'3", all the way down if you're much shorter than that. If my HurryCane happens to fall on the ground, if somebody knocks it over, I can simply step on it and go ahead and reach for it. That gives me that peace of mind. That gives me that safety. So that avoids those situations where maybe embarrassment, you're stranded somewhere and you can't get your cane. You don't need to rely on others to have that ultimate freedom.
Sure. And also check this out. I actually folded this up and it takes 2 seconds. It's so quick. So let's say you're gonna go to a restaurant and you say, I just kind of want to put it away, because you try to hook a cane on top of a table or on the back of a chair and somebody trips over it. Look how awesome this is. Look how small that collapses down to. It is wildly lightweight, but what surprised me, Matthew, was how wildly durable it is. For how lightweight it is, it has almost the feel of Well, it almost feels like an ankle, like when you're using it, because it moves like your own feet actually move. And that really surprised me.
And we're seeing that right now. You know, she's walking through her kitchen, she's folding it up, putting it in her bag, and she can take it on the go. So if she's going, you know, in a car ride, then she can set it right next to her on the seat. She can simply take it out. You know, I have this strap here for safety. If you prefer to use a wrist strap when you use your cane, the HurryCane has it. And it doubles as to hold it together, so your HurryCane's not gonna open when you don't want it to. I simply grab that ergonomic handle and I let it go. And just like that, the HurryCane puts itself together. So I'm gonna do that one more time, just so you can see the magic of the HurryCane. I simply hold the handle like this, and if you're getting out of your vehicle, if you're stepping off the airplane, if you're in a restaurant and you have this in the seat next to you, just let it go.
It's ready to go.
And you can freestand it, and it can help you to get up into that safe position. And again, like you mentioned, Suzanne, and I'm glad you mentioned that, this is where Drive Medical and the HurryCane really set themselves apart, and that's why it's the #1 selling cane in the country, because of this. All right, it's this patented base. It pivots like an ankle, and it stabilizes just like a foot.
I'll show you guys. I'm just gonna do it right here. It's really amazing. So you can go over more terrain that you normally wouldn't do with the HurryCane. With the standard cane, you're not gonna go into some terrain. And I love some of the video. It shows a guy who's out having a picnic. He's on grass. He's walking around, kind of taking a nice walk with his wife. And I really think that's a great example. And you can see how it's pivoting. It very much acts like your ankle. So it just feels like it's naturally a part of your walking. And so obviously you're gonna be walking smoother, and because of that design, you can take tougher terrains that you wouldn't dare do on that flimsy old thing over there. All right, I have to give you a quick little update. If you would like the blue, I have 150 left. So the blue's almost gone. Here's the red. We have the black, and then of course I'm holding the purple. And I have to tell you, like normally a cane, that makes me, like if I were carrying that, I would be like, ooh, I feel old. With this, it looks good, and it's super clever. So you just, you know, you don't reek of, oh, I'm really old, I gotta have a cane. It's like a cool cane.
No, and that's why
that makes sense.
Yeah, it is a cool cane. So you get the colors, but it's the Freedom Edition.
Yeah.
And you can see, you can just take it right out of your bag, and all it does is it puts itself together. It's just like that. Anyone can use it. It only weighs about a pound. It's gonna help you get on your feet. It's gonna help you get going. And like I said, it stabilizes like a foot and pivots like an ankle. And after a while of having your HurryCane, what it's gonna do for you, and this is why it's the best cane, and then I recommend it to everyone who needs a cane to get around. Not only do you have that portability of this cane, but it really is gonna mimic your walking style. So after a while, it's going to adapt specifically to your walking style.
Oh, how interesting is that? And that other cane certainly won't. I mean, that, like, if you tried to, you know, when you go to sit, if this were a chair, pull the old one up. If that were a chair, you would be tumbling over. This has almost 3 legs on it. So obviously you get so much more stability. I have to mention one other kind of cool thing. Tonight, we have, and guys, I'm only showing 2 flex pays, but it's 3 flex pays. Look at the top of the line. Just ignore the bottom line, because it's actually 3 flex pays for this hour only. And I think this is a really great gift for anybody. Maybe you know someone who really could use a cane, but they're just not giving it up. You know, they're like, nah, I would rather sit and be less mobile, because maybe they don't want to go, or they don't like the idea of an old cane. This really is the hip side of carrying a cane. It looks good, it's lightweight, it's got some personality to it, but it's a genius, unique design, unlike traditional canes that are out there. So what a great gift idea to give somebody. We also, beyond the 3 flex pays, have free shipping tonight. So you have a nice price on this, you get an exclusive bundle, 3 flex pays makes it easier, and we have free shipping, which saves you more money. So think about someone who uses a standard cane, or maybe they're limping a lot and, you know, they're just like, yeah, I could use one, but I'm not gonna buy one. Give it to someone, because again, it's one of those things that I think, because it looks good, but it acts smart, they're really gonna appreciate that. I can imagine a lot of people would appreciate that.
Absolutely, and you know, I'll tell you this, a lot of folks buy more than one. You can see, you know, Midge can stop and set her HurryCane. It's freestanding. You want a freestanding cane. You want the HurryCane, because it's going to give you, you know, the ability just to get around and be with your loved ones. The fact that you can fold it up, the fact that you can carry it in your bag.
Right.
You know,
well, think of the grocery store. How often do you have a regular cane? You're trying to be more mobile. You want to stay independent. What do? You're looking at an aisle. You're trying to put something in the cart. You take the regular cane and hook it on the cart, and then you try to shuffle over and get something. Or you have the freedom of stopping right close to the aisle. You grab whatever you want, put it in the cart, and then you grab this and keep going. I mean, I think the sense of having more mobility is really what this represents.
It's common sense, and that's a great point, because you have the ability to use both of your hands. If you're stable on your feet, you need the cane to get around, okay? But if I set the cane on the floor, it's freestanding. Then I can stabilize on my own 2 feet, and I can use my own 2 hands. I can shake hands with Suzanne, or you know, a loved one, give a loved one a hug, reach something off the grocery shelf and place it in my basket. It really gives you the power to be independent, which is what I want everyone to be, is be independent. You know, you want to have a cane that's really going to be an extension of you. You want a cane that you can trust for safety. And just like you see on TV, you're going to want a cane that mimics your own foot and ankle. That base, it gives you 3 times the stability and safety of a single point cane. So this clunker that I had pulled out earlier, that's a single point cane. That foot is going to wear out in about 6 months, and you're going to need a new cane, and it's not going to be an extension of you. As you can see Midge walk around, the HurryCane is going to be an extension of you, and it's going to give you that freedom.
And something else I think was interesting that you brought up a moment ago too is you have better balance, you have more support using this type of a cane. And you know, there might be somebody in your life, again, maybe they're going off crutches, maybe they have an upcoming surgery, and they're going to go from crutches to step down to a cane, and then finally, when they're recovered, they're good to go. This is one of those great canes to have. Maybe you have someone, again, who's had an accident, or maybe they've really needed a cane, but you know, their ego kind of won't let them have one. Get this one, let them try it. If they don't love it, you can send it back, but give them 30 days and see if they're not more mobile. And to your point, yes, we all want to be as independent as we can for as long as we can. And having a great assist like this, that's so smart and well built, makes that person in your life, whether it's you or someone you love, just way more independent, because they're getting around smoother, easier, more balanced, and more supported with this. All right, final thoughts real quick. The blue, almost gone. We have the red, we have the black, and we have the purple. And show them your one little trick there, because I thought it was clever as well.
So I have this strap, and it's wrapped around my HurryCane, so it's going to prevent it from opening on its own. All I'm going to do is lift this off here, and then hold on to this ergonomic handle, let it go, and it puts itself together. Okay, 1 pound, give yourself that gift or a loved one of that freedom and that mobility. It's going to fold up. You're going to be able to take it anywhere you go. Don't be embarrassed. Be safe. Please get one of these if you need to get around a little bit better.
And also remember, because of this design, you can go on more terrains than you normally would with a single standard cane.
The all-terrain cane.
It is the all-terrain. I mean, take it out there, test it out, see for yourself. All right, Matthew, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, so stay right there and